Hi there, second grade. Today we are going to work on finding our vocabulary words in our story, Can You Sew a Flag, Betsy Ross? Now remember, this genre of the story is historical fiction. It tells us in our booklets the genres up here on the top. We know that fiction means it's not real, but because it's historical fiction, that means that maybe some of the characters or take place in history, but the main story around those things mentioned is not real. So we'll see if we can find out why this is fiction as we read. Also, we have two vocabulary words that we're focusing on for this story. I have my iPad right here. From our words, citizens, a person who legally belongs to a country and has the rights and protection of that country. And colonies, an area that is controlled by or belongs to a country and is usually far away from it. So we're going to be looking for those two words as we read. Remember to have your highlighter ready. Can you sew a flag, Betsy Ross? Something unforgettable happened that day in the shop. Mrs. Betsy Ross took a break from sewing to have tea and a biscuit. I sat on the floor nearby, hoping for a crumb. Then the door flew open. In walked General George Washington, the great leader of our army. "What can I do for you, sir?" Betsy Ross asked him. "Our new country needs a flag," General Washington said. "The citizens should have a symbol that stands for our freedom. Can you sew a flag?" I found the word citizen, so I'm going to stop and highlight that. I saw General Washington hold out a sketch. Mrs. Ross looked at the drawing of the flag he proposed. "I see that your stars have 6 points," Mrs. Ross said. "I think a 5-pointed star would be better." So they're discussing what is going to happen with the flag and how it's going to look. But who's telling this story? Have you figured that out? Who is the narrator of our story? It's talking in first person, and it's saying, "I sat on the floor nearby hoping for a crumb. And I see over here, I saw General Washington hold out a sketch." So who is this person? If you guessed a mouse, you are correct. And I think that is one of the reasons why this is a fiction story. Have you ever heard a mouse tell a story before? I haven't. Mrs. Ross folded a piece of fabric, picked up her scissors, and cut a 5-pointed star with just one snip. General Washington was amazed. So was I, truth be told. The general agreed to the idea and left the shop. I watched Mrs. Ross fold and cut long into the night. For days, Mrs. Ross cut and stitched 13 5-pointed stars, and 13 stripes represented the 13 colonies. There's our word, colonies. When General Washington returned, Mrs. Ross proudly displayed the flag for him. "A new flag for a new country, the United States of America," he proclaimed happily. "What a lucky mouse I was to be present on this important day in 1776. Good job. So we found both of our vocabulary words. There were only 2. And now when you go to do your Foursquare, you can choose one of them, either colonies or citizens, to do your sentence from the text. We have them highlighted here. Also a picture of each. You can use the slides that we have on our vocabulary page to help you, and the definition that is included with them. So go ahead and have fun. You can either do it on a separate piece of paper at home and take a picture of it and submit it that way, or use the Foursquare that's included on Canvas. Have fun!